The Lemon Squeeze Show is here to inspire, empower, and illuminate women around the globe. As entrepreneurs, role models, warriors, the glue that holds families together, trendsetters, career women, and mothers of the earth, we face obstacles daily. We conquer the inevitable. We persevere beyond measure. And we flourish unapologetically. It's a fact that life will bring you lemons. It's a choice for you to make lemonade. Welcome to the Lemon Squeeze Show. That's what JoJo knows. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And I am your co-host, Constance B.
And I am your co-host, Mizz 31.
And you are tuned into the Lemon Squeeze Show here at WPSN99.com. That's the problem-solving network where we stream solutions. Before we start our show, I definitely want to take the time out to thank our sponsors, because without them, we would not be here and able to do what we do. So Journey Pure, Now Matters More,
Addiction
Premier,
Retreat Premier Addiction Treatment Centers.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Yep. So, but we are grateful.
More than
to
grateful.
have.
Yes. We could not be here without you. So we apologize. We're going to get it right.
We're gonna
Retreat.
get it right.
Premier.
It's not an easy
Addiction
name. It's not an easy
Centers. We are going to get it right. That is our goal for 2019. One of our goals for the Lemon Squeeze Show. We're going to let it flow
Let it flow.
Let it go and let
off
it flow.
the tongue.
Oh.
Okay. So, hey, do that other one. Do the Cardi B one.
You know what she sounds like? You know what she sounds like when she does that?
All right.
The new Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory when the little Oompas be like, no. That's what she sounds like.
She just mess you up.
I
You get ready
tried.
to do it, and then you're like, wait a minute.
Do hit it.
No.
It's
That sounds like a phone disconnected. That sounds like the computer shut down.
I need to put that on my goals. Like, I want to learn how to roll my tongue.
You just gotta
so
say,
bad.
oh, that's it.
Oh, you can do it too. I'm the only one.
It's the flick of the tongue, and then you gotta hit like your throat. Gotta like.
Okay, well, that's another show.
It's like a bird call, you know, like, I mean, you know, something close to it. You know?
Very close to it.
All right. Well, you know what, you guys? I'm glad we're having this fun because we got a topic that is really deep this week. And a lot of people have chimed in. I wanted us to have enough time to watch all of the episodes for us to, just chime in, give our own thoughts, feelings. I'm sure it'll tap into some of our own personal experiences. And so without further ado, I'm going to hop on into the topic because I know we're going to go over. I'm pretty sure. So, surviving R. Kelly. Everyone has talked about it. Everyone's been watching it. And I really wanted us ladies to just come and talk about what do you think, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, Constance B and Mizz 31. I know our producer, I'm ready for him to chime in too, because this is really, I don't even know the right word to use to describe my feelings right now. So I don't know who wants to start first, but it's a lot to discuss. It might even roll into another week.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's like a 6 series documentary. So
Yes,
it is a lot.
Well, you know what? And you saying that, I just want to say, like, shout out to Lifetime.
Yeah, for
like,
putting
who
light on
actually put it out there, and everyone who, worked so hard to be able to do so. Because without us being able to view it, a lot of that stuff would have still been in the dark. Right. And they are actually making some strides and getting justice, and exactly.
Yeah.
And
then also too, shouting out the women who were brave enough. I mean, because some of the things that some of these women had to, they're so painful, having to reopen, old wounds that you never even healed from. You just kind of like brushed them under and kind of, wanted to move past that. But big ups to those women who were strong enough to tell their side of the story, and knowing that they were going to have to face a lot of controversy with it. People believing in them, people not believing them, and then just being embarrassed all around, really telling, full detail about your experience. So,
and then a lot of them right now are getting, like, ridiculed and being that a lot of people are coming down hard on them, like blaming them
for it.
But
that's why a lot of victims don't come out.
You're correct.
Because when you come out, you're looked at as you shouldn't have done that. Not to everybody, but to
like, what did you do to deserve what you got?
You shouldn't have wore those shorts to shirt. You deserve to get raped, because if you had on longer pants, then you wouldn't have gotten raped. Then it's like, what?
Exactly. You should be able to walk across the street butt naked.
That can go in so many different directions, but let's just stay focused on the R. Kelly, because
you heard me. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because and that's even why Amber Rose came up with her slut walk, which I don't like a lot of what goes on with it, but that's why she did that, because women should be able to wear whatever we want to wear without being attacked. So even though people say we are asking for it.
You did a shout out and a clap back all in one.
That's a bad sister.
Yeah. Well, okay, so give me on surviving R. Kelly. Let's see where we can start with it as.
I would like to start with this.
Okay.
I think that we need to start with mental illness.
Okay.
Reason being, if you listen to the documentary and you just really hear everything, he was abused as a child, and I'm not excusing anything that he has done to these women. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But especially in the black community, we know that mental illness is one thing that we do not speak upon.
Right.
So what happens is one person abuses another person abuses the next person, and it goes so on and so forth. We have been raised to push things under the table, sweep it under the rug, move on, deal with your demons on your own, and not speak about it.
Right.
And I feel that because in the documentary, his brother speaks about how they both were molested by their sister.
Wow. Okay.
So that had to start somewhere. You know, she didn't learn that on her own. Someone had to do that to her.
So it's like a domino effect.
It's a domino effect. And the problem is, again, when people speak up about it, they're told, don't talk about it. Like, no, you had to do something.
Too many problems.
Right, it'll cause too many problems. It's going to break the family up. It's going to do this. It's just going to draw too much attention to the situation when, no, these things need to be discussed, because abusers only abuse others. You know, the abused start to abuse others.
Right.
It's how I look at it.
Not all, but yes, I definitely agree with you. And I've talked about this on the show when I've gotten personal about my own life. And there was generations of sexual abuse throughout my family. And thank God I'm the last generation to have not passed that on to my children. So my father, he sexually abused myself, and then he was sexually abused, and then his mother was sexually abused, and so it was generations of this sickness, filthiness, like this sad situation that has gone on, not just in black communities, but white ones, all races.
I mean, it's all communities. I'm just speaking from
because this is African American, so it's like we're speaking on it. Yeah, well, and to also talk about his wife, I heard her testimony on things, and to think that you get with somebody and you're trying to help them, they're trying to help you, and then you think you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I really know this person, I trust them. Well, and, from her statements, she was actually upstairs at some points when he was down in his music laboratory having sex with the 14-year-old, and then also having the other woman to have sex with the 14-year-old. Right. And this is all while wifey's upstairs, thinking everything is y'all just making music down there.
But I think
so. It's like it gets to a point too where it's just like how far, how do you pick up on signs? Like, it's signs for everything, right? When a person pushed off different things. So like, how do you miss being married, for years with someone who is a real pedophile?
I don't think you missed that.
That's why I'm wondering. Like,
I don't think that it's missed. I think it was a money thing. I think everybody turned a blind eye because, again, when you watch the documentary, a lot of people knew that he was doing these things with these
he was so
teenagers,
rich and powerful.
But he was the breadwinner. So you had his manager who actually made fake documents for him and Aaliyah to get married. So
There was a lot of cover up.
It's a lot of cover up, and it comes from having wealth.
But that happens also in regular communities, cover up, and your uncle is this nasty molester, and
but I get what she's saying, how it was so easy to like.
But I don't think that was the situation with the wife.
What do you feel?
My thoughts on the wife is, now, to me, was some of the stuff that she said that she was unaware of. I think in its entirety, like if you take it like with the binoculars, no, she didn't know what was going on in a closed door.
Right.
But I think to a certain degree, she knew it was some mess going on down there. But because of her own mental state and whatever she been through, because that is to me the killer, the obvious, is that he, and as well as all predators, they target a specific type of woman. And so a lot of people are ridiculing these women, like, how in the world were you 30 and then you got with this guy and left everything and then peed in a pail and asked permission to pee. But it's because he was attracted and targeted a certain type of woman who would be vulnerable to these things because of probably sexual abuse in their history, or some type of child abuse history, or daddy issues, or mental, who knows what these individuals went through. But there is truly a commonality between all of them, including the wife. And so a lot of people don't see her as like a victim because she had the title of wife. But for you to be in such a toxic relationship, never leave, and allow yourself to be manipulated, used, also you followed orders and things like that, you also had to have a level of just brokenness within yourself to be in that situation.
Right. Well, I definitely agree. I don't know. The part that really got to me was that how oh my goodness, the 14-year-old.
People didn't want to come forward.
Yeah, her the young lady who I wish I was
niece.
No, but it was the one that actually was having the sexual acts with the 14-year-old.
The older
woman. Yeah. Okay. So like for her, I mean, to be put in a position where she was able to actually get a hold of the tape. And then she was actually able to leave with the tape. So she had so much, different, and that's where it goes back to just being trapped mentally, like you just was explaining about the wife and the other women, where she actually allowed him to fly her back to bring the tape.
Right.
Where she could have really ended a lot of things like way at that point.
Right.
So, I mean, the mind of...
Maybe not, though, because they still eventually got the tape and still didn't get justice for... Right. But probably a lot of different... probably one main reason.
Well, you have to realize, too, laws were different back then.
Well, yeah.
Now we have more laws now that protect women, especially with this Me Too movement and, things of that nature. So...
But I want to go back to what you said, because
you're still a free man.
I'm passionate about this, and I've heard a lot of people who say this, and honestly, I think about it in my own, my own recovery and treatment that I've gone throughout my life in regards to my father and stuff.
Right.
But a lot of people do chime in on, well, he was a victim too, and from a victim to another victim, my attitude on that is no excuse, bro.
Right.
Because, and I say the same thing to my father, like, I made a decision and healed, not even a decision, because I never even had those sick, thoughts to ever abuse my child or another child. And so that's not an excuse for you to victimize others. Like, get you some help. Like, and so I don't want individuals to, or even victims, because I went through that as a kid, as an adult, feeling sorry or feeling pity for my father because I knew all the horrible things that he did. So then it almost made it like it was okay because he was sick too, and it gave him a pass, and it's not okay.
Well, no, I'm not saying that it is okay.
No, not for you. I'm just saying I've heard it from a lot of people when they share, like, well, he was a victim too. Okay, well, what's at the end of that sentence? He was a victim too, so what's your point? Because now he's victimized all these other children and all these other generations of pain and hurt and abuse. The cycle is just horrific.
I can't even imagine thinking about it now, having conversations with a few other people and thinking that stuff happened to that young lady when she was 14. This is 2019 now, and the whole documentary came out in the end of 2018. So now this person and other women as well is really having to relive, and the people that really know them now, with social media and all that, it's not hard to find out who Sparkle's niece is anymore.
Right.
Back then, we really did not have all this social media to be able to look up a person. So even thinking about now, like the things that she had to go through, maybe still even having to go through to heal herself.
I can't imagine, because you relive it throughout your life. If you're a victim of sexual abuse, at some places in your life, you process differently. You have different emotions and things just because what you were subjected to. It's just a difference. You don't have to be like still in that victimization. You can be in survivor mode, but your life is different. It's never going to be like the same as far as without being sexual abuse. So you go through your moments and your times where you already think and process and have to keep on the straight and narrow of healing and stuff like that. And so in addition to that, you have all the social media and on TV, on display. I couldn't imagine like being in the spotlight of something that was the most horrible experience of my life, and now it's being
I have to relive it.
And it was already relived before, because everybody named mama. I saw it when I was young. I saw the tape too, which also says, like, which I wanted to bring up is, and we're gonna go on a break and then come back to it, because I like just saying it I struggle with it, because I'm like, dang, why is it that I saw the tape back then, but it bothered me, but it was just like, ew, this is gross, and it was just left there, and that's what so many of us did back then.
Well, the reason he got off was because the way the law is written, it's because no one testified. Just because you have evidence, if you don't have someone to testify and say this has happened to me, then they can't really press charges regardless of how much evidence that you have. That's why he got off, because the 14-year-old didn't testify, the mother nor the father testified, only Sparkle did. And if the victim isn't testifying, you can't press charges if the victim, the mother and the father, are like, oh, no, that's not my child on the tape, when you have the evidence right here that they're on the tape. So that goes, it's a lot of things that go into why this man is still able to do the things that he's able to do.
Not really, because behind bars, I agree with, but why didn't people as a society charge him as guilty? Because we could have.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, we could have charged him guilty. Everybody in the U.S. they had this.
Stop buying his stuff.
Yeah, and I still listen to his stuff. Now I deleted every song on my playlist is gone.
Right.
But why is it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all really asked yourself that, because I know y'all have listened to R. Kelly since that tape came out. I'm guessing for you. But why did we do that? You know what I mean?
I honestly feel, and this is just my personal feeling, I honestly feel the reason why, because at that time, a lot of us people were not as awakened as how we are now. Like you said, you were a lot younger. Mm-hmm. Your parents probably were trying to, no one was really how we are now. So
people
now
we're vocal.
So now that we actually are awakened in a lot of areas, it's like, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a whole minute. Like, okay, because that's how I thought. Like, I'd never seen the video, but I used to hear about it on Def Comedy Jam, making jokes.
Right.
Oh, you want me to pee on you like R. Kelly? Like, it was a joke almost. It wasn't really taken like, no, that is a little girl, and that is a grown man, and that is way past disgusting, acceptable on any level. Like, I don't even like. I had this conversation with my mother. I don't listen to his music. I haven't listened to it in a while, but even if I hear it, I'm like, oh, and I turn, because it just, the thoughts of this person and actually seeing the video now, it's like, no, I got girls like, wow, no.
Right.
I gotta say this. I still don't think we're woke. I still don't think we're woke. I think the only reason everybody feels woke is because there happens to be a president in office that a lot of people hate, and it's being used as a political tool. I think women are being used as a political tool. They're allowing themselves to be used as a political tool. But we still have more going on with what Bill Cosby did. His show is still on TV. We have R. Kelly still making money from music. In other words, the real predators are out there still being predators and allowed to abuse. Not one arrest other than Bill Cosby, not one conviction other than Bill Cosby has happened since the Me Too movement that we all know about. Yet all we keep hearing is how everybody's woke and how it's working and how.
Well, I think
but we hear more about the president than we hear about real sexual predators that are still out there. Hollywood is just full of it.
Well,
That's why, because Hollywood still makes money from it.
When I say like woke, now I'm looking at it in a different point of how can I protect not just my daughters, but because we're using this platform, so now we have like this is what it is now. Back then, I didn't look at it that way because I never even seen the video. But like I said, when I heard about it, it was just used as a joke. Now nobody's joking about that. It's not funny.
That's right.
So it's like,
all right.
Well, we just shut down real quick.
like,
We saw a cue,
No,
y'all.
you're right.
But what we're going to do is, like I said at the beginning of the show, this is such a juicy topic. We're going to take a quick break and come back and jump right back in. And so you are tuned into the Lemon Squeeze Show here at WPSN99.com, where you're listening to the Problem Solving Network. We're here to stream solutions. And thank you to our sponsors. We'll be right back.
okay.
And we are back. I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And I am your co-host, Constance B.
I'm your co-host, Mizz 31.
And you're tuned into the Lemon Squeeze Show here at WPSN99.com. And we are the Problem Solving Network, baby.
That's right.
And we were just talking about surviving R. Kelly. A lot of different emotions, a lot of topics within the topic to discuss. Not enough minutes to discuss everything. Mm-hmm. But where we left off, I forgot. Where did we leave off?
We left off
with just speaking about.
It was good.
How everyone.
Oh God!
JoJo, you making us go blank.
Okay.
You need to go back and listen to the show.
Don't be
Causation does not equal correlation, or correlation does not equal causation.
But we left off. Oh no, you were about to say something on the break, and we cut you off.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
She threw it on her. I like the way you threw it on her. It was you.
It's me. It's all my fault.
It was the new co-host.
Yeah.
My fault.
I thought Constance B just made a point, and then I said we got to go to break.
Yeah, because I was
making a symbol over here.
We were talking about being awake. You know, like we're at a more of a awakening point. Only meaning just within ourselves about how we're going to, protect ourselves from these type of situations and actually looking and viewing them as what they are instead of like a joke about
I just think
someone's
we need to
peeing
start
on somebody.
holding people accountable. At this point in time, it's about holding people accountable for their actions, and that's period across the board with anything.
Point blank, period.
Anything.
But I think that's just a challenge that's it's a bigger beast. Mm-hmm. I'm all about it and I support it, but it's gonna take, a lot of people working together in high places to make sure that occurs. Because just like in this situation and a lot of other situations that are going on in the news and the government shutdown, there's a lot of things that happen when it comes to people in power who have gotten away and continue to get away with so many things, and enough is enough.
Well, and also too, it's up to the people. It's the people in the higher places, but also us within our own homes, because it's situations like that happen in the homes where the woman brings in a boyfriend and he ends up messing with the little girl, and the little girl has told the mother, but because the mother is in a whole nother place, it's like, well, I won't work overnight anymore. I'll make sure that whenever I'm not here, you're not here. But no, we're, like you said, time to hold people accountable. So if that means letting go of the love that you think that you have with this person, no, it's time to go to the police, and it's time to let the police know what is going on, so this person can be off the street. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for us to take our own stand. Right.
And I think that we also need to have open communication. A lot of times in families, some parents don't have that relationship with their children to be open about what's going on, how they're feeling, or anything that they're going through. They're not the parent to sit down and talk to see what's going on day to day. You're not paying attention to changes. Like, your child one day is happy, the next day your child is moping and sad, and you think it's just, they're being a teenager, when that may not even be in the case. Is just stay involved, see what's going on, pay attention to mannerisms. You know, pay attention to all the above, because once something happens to someone, you do change. You may not change drastically, but something about you is going to change. Something in your spirit is not going to be the same. Anymore, you may not be that happy-go-lucky person. You may still show a smile, but it's not that same smile you were giving. Right. You know.
So you're saying know your children, know the people that you love is what.
Right.
What I'm hearing.
But if you open up to something and nothing happens to the other individual, all you did is you take all the risk. And nothing happens. Nothing changes other than ridicule towards you for saying something against something that a lot of people love. Right. So that's the hard part in all this, is showing young people or those potential victims out there that it's okay to speak up, and we as a community are going to do something about it. Not just law enforcement, because law enforcement, you can't hate on law enforcement and all of a sudden when you need them, you go, okay, we need you, but we don't want to testify.
Right.
You know, it is push and pull in relationship with law enforcement is not just the problem of law enforcement, it's the problem of us in our communities. Right. We don't have a trust towards them. They don't have, and they need us. Right. So that has to be mended. The relationship with law enforcement and government needs to be mended. Period.
I agree with that, and I think you touched on something really great, Louis. That even though, when it comes down to laws and the legal system, that we might not have the power in that aspect, but when it comes down to these companies, like these streams and things, we have more power than we think. Right. And so if we really came together, and just like, how we do those polls and those marches, but if we really as a community said, shut down the streaming, we're not playing Apple, we're not playing Pandora, we're not playing these sites who make all this money from us until you take his music down, it's about the coins. I guarantee if we stood like that and they started seeing those numbers drop drastically, their money, their net worth drop, I bet you he'd get off of these live streams.
Well, too, like, I know it's going backwards, but just think about if her mother and father both had enough courage and strength within themselves to know that I'm going to protect my baby. I don't want your check. I don't want y'all emailing me. We're going to handle this. Mm-hmm. And we already got the tape. So, mother and father.
But I don't even think.
Go to the police station. You got your daughter, and it's embarrassing, but how embarrassing is it now? Even more so, this person is still out. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't even,
I just think that
or get both like Stormy Daniels did. Take the money and talk. Right.
That part.
Take the money and talk.
That's what I would have did. Well, yes.
Sure, yeah, we're not going to say nothing. But I think they signed contracts and all that.
But that doesn't
matter.
Contract. Take the money and talk.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, too.
Like, what you going to do if like, you broke the law and I really can't speak and tell that you did this to me?
Right.
But do you think about that? Like, how?
Yeah, well, her parents are still cool with R. Kelly. Her father still plays the bass guitar or something like that for him. So
the whole family
just doesn't have a problem.
Disturbed.
Or they just don't have a problem. They may not see it as a problem.
Well, the potential of him being an abuser as well is very high.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Because just because she's been victimized by one man doesn't mean there wasn't another man that also abused her. And for him to act like that makes him very questionable to me.
Right.
No, because I'm a dad. Ain't no way you're touching my daughter.
I agree.
Ain't no way I saw that video and you still living.
No way.
Like, it's just crazy.
I'll go to jail for murder before you go to jail for rape. Guarantee.
I agree. I'm just stating the facts of what's going on. I ain't saying,
don't shoot me.
But then, you guys, I do want to say this. In this situation, I know this situation is way different because the family is involved with R. Kelly and their friends and they work for him and stuff like that. It just makes it look ridiculous. It's just even more horrible. But
exactly.
But if it didn't have that dynamic in there, I think that we also wouldn't be able to fault like parents who, if a child makes a decision like not to testify, we don't know what was going on with that child at that time, their state of mind, or what was best for them in that season. Like, because God forbid something happened to my child, and if they don't want to testify, I'm going to support them on it. If that's not the best thing for them, you know what, let the law, do what they can do. But my job is to protect my child and heal my child as best as possible. And so I can only imagine being that young and all of the, and I'm not saying the situation because obviously the parents work, but if that aspect wasn't in there and I have this 14-year-old child in school, and how high profile it was, like that was a lot to take on to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the courts and be on TV and everything while dealing with the abuse and all of the psychological and mental and emotional, parts that go with it.
Right. Well, I understand that. Okay.
So you guys let me distract you with my finger, but I have to give you hand signals. I do it just so everybody knows that's either watching this and just or listening. What is going on? I give a hand signal to keep us moving in the right direction on what segments are up next, and everybody just freezes and goes, "What?"
I thought you were gonna say something like you had a point.
How about this then? I'll just do this.
That means we're out of time, and Constance B's inspiration. Here we go.
Right. So this one here is with our topic. I am not a victim. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to be.
I agree.
Yes.
I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to be.
Yes.
And so
that's that.
CB's inspiration, and I hope that can resonate with some people. It did with me, because you don't have to be what happened to you.
Right.
Absolutely.
You are what you choose to be.
You don't
and
have to
that's
be a product of what
right.
has happened to you. You can become something better.
You don't have to be a victim. You don't,
Yeah.
No, you definitely do not.
That's basically what you said.
And
you
I think
don't have
that's
to repeat
exactly
what happened. So,
and you have to choose that within yourself, like what you stated earlier, where you stated that
there's a correlation, not a causation.
Exactly.
I didn't choose. I had to correct myself because there's never been a bone in my body that desired to, do the things to someone else that had been done to me.
Okay.
Right.
And so there's a correlation, yes. People who are victims, a lot of them or some of them become predators. Right? Mm-hmm. And then there are many victims who heal from their wounds and are in great places. And then there are victims who are still being victimized because they have not healed from what they have been through. Right. So I guess the point of what I was saying, and we can close it on this because we'll never be finished, is that the correlation between the two is not a causation. And so that's the part that I'm passionate on because I struggle with that in my healing, is the fact that just because a person was a victim does not just give them a green light or, an effect that, this is why they did that and it's an excuse. No, it is not.
Right.
And so to all of the individuals, the women, let me just say, I just commend and applaud, and like they inspired me because I can only imagine the courage that it took to be on TV, share your story, and really just be a light. So whether or not it takes 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, or no years for justice to be on R. Kelly at the magnitude that we would like it to be, they definitely have started something for our generations to really build upon, and that is speak out. Even if no one hears you, speak out. Do not keep it inside. Share it, and just really fight for what you believe in regards to justice.
And I think it's waking up the community in Hollywood too, because for so long these things have been happening and no one has ever spoke about it, and it's just been the thing that's okay to do. Well, I'm just going to sleep with him even though I'm 15 because I want to become an actress or an actor. Because another thing too we don't talk about is female predators.
Oh yeah,
we have tons of female predators.
Oh yeah,
it's times that I hear friends that I grew up with like, yeah, my babysitter when I was 8 had sex with me, and I'm like, what?
Right.
Like, that's not okay.
Right.
That's not okay. And that's not cool. And see, the thing is, people feel men can't be abused, only women. We need to talk about it all, because we have some damaged men out here that can't move forward in life because someone has told them, no, that was cool for that to happen to you at 8, 9 years old, that somebody, made you touch them or allowed you to allow them to do something to you. So we need to talk about it as a whole, not just about the male predators. We need to talk about the female predators and how it is a true issue out here that you never know who you're leaving your child with. That's why people are scared nowadays to allow someone to watch their children, because you never know. You always see something on the news about a child being abused, someone done beat them, somebody done did something crazy. And we need to figure out a way as people to address this issue and put a stop to it, because this shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't be afraid to put our children out in the world.
Right.
Because, the bottom line is this stuff been happening for years and years and years and years, hundreds of years. And, like, we use social media for a lot of different things, like twerking and, other stuff, financial gains. But this is where, social media is a positive thing where it's enlightening and educating and bringing awareness to certain situations that we want to cease. And
but don't cease the twerking though.
No, I like to watch the twerking too. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
So before we go, you guys, we don't have much time.
What about the penguin?
That's what
we're gonna do it when we
before we go. No, we're gonna do it now. So the video of the week, you guys. I saw it on Comic Strip or the Comedy Strip, and I shared it with you all. Yeah, the Comedy Strip, and it was. I thought we were friends. So I don't know if everyone's seen it. But there were like penguins in a pack. No, I'm talking about the viewers, not you.
Yeah. No, I'm saying you said you shared it, so I'm saying where can they go to see it?
The Comedy Strip, or they can see it when we figure out this thing
on our page.
You know what I'm saying?
Our page.
On our page.
On the Lemon Squeeze page.
That page. Yeah. Stop messing with my flow. And so the penguins were in a pack, and then one of them was getting left behind. And it's so cute. They left him for dead. So I'm asking you all, would y'all leave me for dead like this penguin?
Well, I have a great
I'll
story.
Turn the other head and walk slowly. No, I would not leave.
I have a great story about that. I don't know if I can go into it right now or if we should do it after the
But
break.
would you leave me for dead?
I won't leave you for dead, but I'm gonna tell you how somebody tried to
leave you for dead.
Leave you for dead.
Somewhat like that. Tried to say basically if they die, I'm dying with them.
Woo.
Well, then let's do it on the other side of the break. It sounds like a story we want to hear.
Yeah,
it sure does.
But after love, we gotta do the loving is. We got love.
But let me just say this:
that, right?
I don't think I would I love y'all for y'all response, right? But
I wouldn't leave you for dead.
I'm not gonna leave you for dead.
No, but I would have tried to figure. I wouldn't have jumped back on the one that was breaking. But I would have been trying to figure out something to pull you to the other side.
Yeah,
it was funny the way it is. I mean, we've all been in that situation where we're laughing at our friends and jump,
right?
And they're not jumping.
So I would do that, but I wouldn't jump back over there with y'all.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, you wouldn't either, Louis. Okay,
I'm not jumping back over.
I wouldn't jump back
too
over.
busy laughing to have the strength to jump.
I mean, somebody got to plan the funeral, right?
Somebody got to tell what happened.
Somebody's got to record it. So there's got to be that one.
I'm gonna go get help. I'll be right back.
Hold on.
Me and you should never part.
Let me tag you in this post real quick.
I don't have my phone. I'm gonna run.
Yes. So with that being said, you guys, we're gonna go on a quick break. Don't leave your friends for dead unless you're going for help.
That's right.
I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And I'm your co-host, Constance B.
I'm your co-host, Mizz 31.
And we are the Lemon Squeeze Show here at WPSN99.com. Shout out to our sponsors, Journey Pure, Premier, Retreat, Addiction Centers, and Now Matters More. Did I say it wrong?
Retreat, Premier, Addiction Treatment Centers. But that's okay.
I'm getting better.
It's a tongue twister.
We'll be right back, y'all.
We'll be back at ya.
Shabling bling.
What I'm talking about love. Talking about love and happy, yeah. Talking about love and happiness. Love and yeah.
Yes.
Oh. JoJo jumped in there. Didn't even let you go.
Little lemon squeeze American Idol over here.
I know we are not talking.
You know it, child.
We're back, y'all.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
And you're tuned into the Lemon Squeeze Show here at WPSN99.com. And I'm your host, JoJo Knows.
And you know your girl, Constance B.
And I am Mizz 31.
bringing you them flavors.
Flavors.
right.
I got 32. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
So you know what that means when you hear that sound? It's love and relationships. And so loyalty or love,
Oh boy.
which do you prefer?
Boom, shaka laka laka.
Boom, shaka laka
Define love.
Boom. Boom. So let me tell y'all. Let me just straight up put it out there on the front streets, right? Loyalty, all the way.
Yeah.
And I've had a shift recently, like all kind of stuff. Everything been shifting. So with this and shifting. So in this season, I've realized that I much so prefer to have loyalty. Of course, love. Personally, I feel like you're gonna be, if you're around anyone for a long enough time, you get to know them. You get that love, like you love, like I love you, I love you, I love
Not
Brittany.
anybody.
Thank you.
Right.
You know, when I'm saying in a relationship, you're like, okay, I love you.
You could,
But
you could hate them.
but love doesn't stop them from doing unloyal things. So if you're loyal to me, then I'm good. You're gonna love me. You're talking about you're gonna love me.
One way or
I want
another.
you to be loyal to me though. Like I want loyalty. So how about you,
That's a good answer.
Miss Joe?
I'll pass to Miss 31. I want to hear y'all perspectives.
I think I'm the same as Constance. I think that loyalty matters more than love, because a lot of times someone can love you and not give you any loyalty.
Boom, that part.
Okay, so you can love me all day. I love you. I love you. I love this. I love that. But then you're not being,
So much on this subject.
not being, loyal to me. Loyalty, I feel like she said, after a while, you'll end up gaining that love. If someone is loyal to you, they're ultimately going to love you. Just because someone loves you doesn't mean they're going to be loyal to you.
Well, I think that's where we got it jacked up. So I'm on a whole different fence than you all.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, let me know.
I think that if you aren't loyal to me, you don't love me. Think about friendships.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait what you just said.
If
you aren't loyal.
I'm sorry. I meant to say if you don't love me, you aren't, loyalty is love. So if you love me, then you have to be loyal to
That's
me.
not necessarily true.
I'll
Because
tell you what I think.
And JoJo knows.
And
JoJo
JoJo
knows it
knows.
all.
No, but that's honestly, I get where you all are coming from, but that is my belief system. Is that if you were disloyal to me, then you couldn't have loved me, because love is not disloyal. Love is loyal.
I don't feel that way at all.
Just like in the Bible where it says love is patient, love is kind,
But people
love does not envy,
people-
love does not boast.
Love-
I think love, to me, I'm just telling you,
I know.
if you're my friend, right, and you're my friend, right, and so you love me, because you love me, you are loyal to me.
No.
Because you love
No.
me, well, that's what I think.
Because I'm loyal to you. I'm going to love you. And I'm not going to go behind your back and talk to Brittany about you. Because I'm loyal to you. Loyalty to me holds more weight. I can love a person. I feel, this is just me, a person can love you and go out and cheat on you.
Yep.
But if they're loyal to you, they're not going to do anything that's displeasing. Like, I feel that our producer is loyal, only because of what your statement that he said. I'm not going to say only because, but the statement that he wouldn't say that we were beautiful because he's loyal to what he has with in
because
his partnership.
he loves his wife.
Right. But it's because
He's
of
also
loyalty.
loyal.
He loves her.
But I think you're both right in a way. But I hear what you're saying, Joe. You're saying the kind of love that you want is the kind that already comes with loyalty, though.
Yes.
That's the kind of love.
But
When you say,
that's
in
not
other
the
words, your
question,
definition
though.
of love includes loyalty.
Because my thing is, seriously.
But people don't, but that's
if
not.
I don't love you, I ain't gotta be loyal to you. Why? It's just being I'm not saying that's who I am, but I'm saying if I'm not invested in you, and there is no love with you, there has to be a love, whether it's in love or just a love relationship, friendship.
I feel like
then I don't have to have a sense of loyalty to you. If I love you,
But
then I am required. It just is the way I'm built. Like, if I love you, then I'm required to be loyal to you. That's who I am. Because if I don't love you, then I'm cutthroat. Like, it's me, and it's about me, the people who I love, you know, and against the world. And so that's just the way I'm built.
Well, what fuels disloyalty?
Huh?
What fuels the disloyalty?
What do you mean?
Insecurity, fear, right? Things like that.
Oh,
So can a person love you and yet their
Not
insecurity
accept, right.
be so high that it forces them to be disloyal to themselves as well and their situation?
Right. And so
No.
like in a, like where I'm coming from with it is that yes, of course I want love, of course. But I feel like being loyal just holds more weight to where that like I'm loyal to you. So I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt you. Where to me love, like I love you, but that ass was fat, so I had to go and hit that.
Right.
But I'm loyal to you.
I don't see it like
so
that.
even though that ass is fat, I'm not going to hit that because I know that it's going to disappoint and hurt what we have. And because I'm so loyal, I'm not going to even do that.
I look
But
at it
I
like
love
this.
you. Like, and I love you too.
Think about a dog. And I hate to
Think about a dog.
I hate to use it in that terminology, but if you think about a dog, right? A dog doesn't love its owner first. A dog has to see that the owner is loyal to them. They're going to take care of them or whatnot, right? The
I
dog-
don't know.
But I ain't
haven't
no dog.
never
I'm
had
not
a
saying- I'm not-
conversation
I'm
with-
Let's just follow it. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
not
ahead. Take
saying
us
that.
take us down the path.
I'm not saying that you're a dog. I'm just showing. I'm trying
ain't
to
no
give. I'm
dog.
trying
Woof.
I'm trying to give an example
Okay.
to get a better understanding.
Okay.
Once you see someone is loyal to you, then you ultimately fall in love. But you can fall for someone thinking that you're in love, and there's no loyalty there. There's times where you have a boyfriend who says, "I love you to death," but he seemed to can't be loyal.
But then, see, that's where
tells you
I feel-
every day, "Oh, I love you. I
and
love
pays
you.
the
I
bills
love you. I love you. I love
do
you."
everything the
But that's-
right way.
but
And
that's
that's
what
where the
JoJo's saying.
loyalty part.
Right. Except
Well,
for the
I'm
loyalty-
telling you
except
that,
for the loyalty
girl, he
part.
don't love you.
Yeah.
Because if he loved you, he wouldn't be disloyal
That's
to
not
you.
necessarily true. Someone can truly love you, care for you,
I
in
don't
the
think
sense
so.
of someone can have love for you, may not be in love with you.
that-
Someone can have love for
is
you.
different.
Because people say if they have love for you,
Yeah.
they say, "I love you," right?
Yeah.
Right.
I want you
But-
to be in love with me, though.
Right.
I don't want you to have love
now,
for me.
Yeah,
if,
no.
if we're going to break it down that way, then we need to say, would you rather be in love or have loyalty? You said loyalty or love. Love comes in different many levels. I would rather have that loyalty to know that that person is dependable. They'll be there for me. They'll stick by my side.
'Cause you-
Because
and then you're gonna-
ultimately,
But God,
that
love for you is
is-
not love. Like,
I might have to agree with JoJo.
I got love for you is not love. Like that's just like, you know,
What
yeah, I
not-
got love for you. Like, that's
No, I'm
not true love. We're talking about the true essence of love.
But that's why she said in love then.
No, but it doesn't have to be in love. Like, I'm not in love with you, but I love you, and because I love you, I'm loyal to you. But if I didn't love you, then I don't have to be loyal to you. Like, that's just.
No,
Like,
I totally get what you're saying. but
that's the way I feel. You know what I mean? Like,
someone
But okay, so listen, right? So I rather like have someone relationship business partner, right? We're just talking about relationships, right? We're talking to anyway. So I personally would feel like this. I'm loyal to you. I don't know you, right, all the way.
Right.
So, but I'm loyal to you enough to where I'm loyal to you. Now, I'm not saying I'm in love with you, but I'm not going to do nothing that is going to hurt
me.
you
Yeah.
because I'm loyal.
Right.
You're saying you'd rather have that than love.
But
is that what you're saying?
No, the love is for me with loyalty. The love is definitely going to form and it's going to come. It's going to be there. Like love is going to be there, but it's not. Loyalty is not going to always. Loyalty won't be there if a person is not loyal. If they're just not loyal, they can be the most lovable person in the world and they love you and they may treat you well. But if they're not loyal, they're gonna always do some old disloyal behind stuff because they're not built that way. And because I don't want to constantly keep getting hurt by somebody that's just not loyal. So I would rather to have someone come in my life that's a loyal behind person, and of course, within time,
They might be,
the love is gonna form.
they might be
is
loyal,
what
but
it's for.
they're loyal to their desires. That's what they're loyal to. They're loyal to what they think they want.
But
More
don't
than
you
what-
get loyalty
more than what's
before
good to your
love?
couple.
Or do you get love and then loyalty?
I think you're loyal before you truly love somebody.
Bam! That's what we saying.
No. I think you're both right. I just think that when JoJo was saying the kind of love, and I do agree with what you're saying, JoJo, the kind of love that I want in my life partner, my wife, the kind of love that I want comes with loyalty.
Right.
In other words,
Correct.
but there's been times. I mean,
the loyalty is gonna come first.
I don't want you to be loyal. Like, I don't want to be with a man who's loyal to me and doesn't love me. Like,
No. What we're saying,
we said loyalty or that's not the topic.
I don't want the or. I want to get rid of the or.
Is really that's
Or is the problem.
It says which do you?
I'm gonna throw the or out of the canoe.
It says which do you prefer, loyalty or love? And so I would not want someone loyal to me who doesn't love me. But I don't think that I don't agree with that concept. I agree with love is loyalty. I think because of generations of cheating and all of that, we have distorted the definition of what true love is. And because of that, we say, well, you know what, I would rather for somebody to be loyal to me versus love, when truly if you look at the true essence of love, loyalty is defined in love.
Well, that's the truth of it, but
that's what I think.
Well,
how's that
we're on
working
the
for
same
you?
page with that.
It's working good. Because if my man was ever disloyal to me, that's why I can't be with somebody who keeps cheating on me. It's because I don't think there's no way you can possibly love me.
Not the way you define love.
And be disloyal to me.
So I got somebody coming and saying.
What are they saying?
They said you can love and not be loyal.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, see, I don't want to put it this way. If my wife would say that, I'd be keep an eye open. If my wife said I can love you but not be loyal, I'd keep an eye open because I'd rather my wife think the way you do, JoJo. Feel that because then when she says I love you, the loyalty's already in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In other words, if she expects loyalty to be a given within the love, then I know that's what she's saying when she says she loves me. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but that wasn't our topic, though.
Yes, it was.
You have to choose.
But
I don't want to choose
loyalty or love.
But love.
Yes, we know
I can love myself, so
but loyalty.
Be loyal to me then.
Right.
So
it has to be an or.
So loyalty and love, yes, goes hand in hand.
What y'all are basically saying to me though is if I was to what is it, a dictionary? Loyalty is a part of love.
It is. I believe that. We believe that.
But you said loyalty or love.
So I choose love.
Okay.
And
because if somebody loves me, they're gonna be loyal.
Well, we chose
and so
I think you're both right.
And exactly. So we're saying if somebody's loyal to us, then the love is definitely gonna be there. So we're saying the same thing. We're just flip flopping it.
Because you can have someone love you.
No, y'all just said somebody can love you and not be loyal to you. That's what's wrong.
But
that's what's wrong with the whole thing.
But that is true.
It is true.
I don't know.
Okay, so like this, right? Let's wait. Let's put it like this.
So you don't think
that's what cheaters say.
Wait. So you go to work. No, listen.
It is though.
I love you.
No, listen.
I love you. I'm just not loyal.
So you're loyal. Like loyal. This is okay. We're talking about. So you're loyal, right? You go to your job. You make your money. You're loyal to that company. But damn it, you don't love it. But you show. No, I'm just saying. We're just talking about love and loyalty. So therefore, you can have loyalty.
This is love and relationships, as far as with your significant other.
Well, because if you
you're trying to do the trickery game.
No, because if you say loyalty over love, it's still gonna flow that way, the same way you're saying it. So I'm saying that I want loyalty.
Do you think a relationship is a business? Because I do.
Yeah, it is. But here's the point. Point is that we're not going to hear this other story that we wanted to hear because now we're out of time. So now we're going to have to table that story till next week. Now I'm going to be waiting for this story because now we're out of time.
Juicy. I like
it was
really juicy.
Time.
There's not enough time. We're completely done actually. So you really just need to wrap
I don't
up.
even have a commentary.
No, you got to do the commentary. We're completely.
This was so
you got to
good.
go.
Well, you guys,
so go ahead.
Thanks for tuning in this week. Remember, you can catch us on air 11, 3, or 7 at WPSN99.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. This week's topic, we're talking about R. Kelly. It's all sensitive. I want to say to all the survivors out there, whether it's with the victims of R. Kelly or just any victimization that you have experienced, you are a survivor.
That's right.
You are a survivor, and you can break through your pain and heal. And do not get it twisted. Individuals who don't understand sexual abuse or victimization, you do not, just because you're a victim does not mean that you are a predator. So it's no excuse for the predators on this earth to continue what they are doing.
That's right.
And then it was loyalty or love. Which do you prefer? You heard from Constance B and Miss 31. They choose loyalty. I choose love. Because love is loyalty. That's what JoJo knows.
That's right. JoJo knows it. And we hope that you all enjoyed our show.
Yes, we love you. Thank you for tuning in. Share with your friends.
That's right.
We'll be back again next week.
We'll be back.
If you're listening, your friend can catch it at 11, 3, or 7 if they missed it. Right?
She ready.
WPSN99.com is the Problem Solving Network. Thank you to our subscribers, as well as our sponsors, for allowing us to make it happen.
That's right.
Follow us on YouTube.
Bye.